everyone, I'm back again. So it seems that Motorola have come out with their new Moto X, which is a 2014 flagship from Motorola, along with the new Moto G, which boasts a slightly larger screen as well as a micro SD. But in regards to the Moto X, what do I think? I've got quite mixed feelings in regards to it. You know, I think that some things about it are quite good. The fact that it supports 4K, the fact that the specs are pretty much flagship now. In terms of like the processor being Snapdragon 801, along with the 2 gigs of RAM, but then again I guess that's standard now, along with the bigger screen, which is a full HD panel now at 424 ppi, which is nice. However, there are some areas which do make me feel a bit concerned about it, such as the battery, which is a 2300 mAh. And while I know that you know, the processor is going to be more efficient, and you've got that AMOLED screen which is quite efficient itself, I would have liked it if they would have made it a little bit bigger, just to allay fears of kind of like a mediocre battery life, because I think that is an area which Motorola have been traditionally quite strong on since the Motorola Razr Max. So a bit disappointed they didn't put a bigger battery in there. If it is going to be sealed in there, it should be bigger. But I guess realistically, I'm guessing that you probably will expect the same type of battery life as the 2013 Moto X, which in itself has a very decent battery life. Not the best, but it should easily last you a day. So as long as it lasts a day, then you know I'm quite happy. As long as it's better than the Nexus 5, which can sometimes struggle. Also, no micro SD again. A bit of a shame that they put it in the new Moto G, but not the new Moto X, which you know, at the end of the day, if you've upgraded the camera so it can do 4K video, then you'd have thought that they would have put a micro SD in there, because it's going to fill up very fast, especially if you you know, get the 16 gig version. Obviously if you get the 32 gig, it's not so much of an issue, but then again, that is still going to be very small if you're doing a lot of 4K. So you know, I don't know why manufacturers can't just seem to put a micro SD slot into their flagship phones. You know, Nokia have done the same thing with the Lumia 930. They can't be bothered to put a micro SD slot in, but with the lesser models such as the 630, they do put a micro SD slot in. Seems kind of counterintuitive, really. But I guess, you know, at the end of the day, 32 gigs is probably decent enough for most people. It's just that I think that they should have definitely put a micro SD in there to accommodate the 4K recording. And also, you know, Samsung does give you these things with its flagship models like the Note 4, and if the consumer is going to be choosing between something with a micro SD and without it, that's going to tip them in the way of Samsung. But other than that, you know, in terms of the actual look of the device, with the you know, this kind of ring around it, I think the ring does look a bit big. It would have been nice if they made it a little bit smaller. as well as the slot where you put your finger. That would have been nice, a little bit smaller as well, kind of like the original Moto X. But I do like the way they've integrated the flash into the ring. That should help with the flash on the Moto X, which was a bit poor. I think that as you can see there, it should definitely help with lighting up subjects. But as far as I can tell, in regards to the camera quality of the device, I'm assuming that you will get a similar type of quality as the LG G2 and the Galaxy S4, because it does use the same sensor as those phones, which is the what's it called, IMX135, made by Sony. So it's interesting how they've abandoned the OV10820 by OmniVision, which had that clear pixel technology for bigger pixel sizes, and just gone with the traditional one. Maybe like the consumer feedback of the camera being a bit poor when it first launched has made them change that particular aspect of the phone. But at the end of the day, it should take decent pictures. The Galaxy S4, LG G2 are still excellent camera phones, but I would have liked it if they did push the boat out a little bit and put another sensor in there, such as a more recent sensor that the OnePlus One and the Xiaomi Mi4 uses, which is an updated sensor from Sony, which is a little bit better, but I guess they're trying to keep the price at a competitive level. So at the end of the day, I can't complain too much about that. As I said, in terms of the picture quality, the pictures that are coming out look quite decent. So I can't really complain there. But does it compete with what Nokia are putting out in their pure view sensors, or Sony's 20.7 megapixel sensors? Who knows? It is obviously not a finalized version of the product. It's just like a build version of it, so you can't really rate it right now until they've got a finished product. And obviously there'll need to be some updates rolled out to it, because it is Motorola and they do seem to not get it right straight away until they've rolled out some updates to it. But not too bad at all in terms of the camera. Anything else really? You're getting the same. I think they have improved upon the integration with Motorola touchless control, so you can now give your phone a name, etc., and say hello Moto or something like that to wake it up, which is quite nice. But other than that, I think it's more of an evolutionary kind of upgrade. I probably won't be rushing out to get one straight away when it's at the full price, because I'm still happy with my Moto X 2013 version. But I think when it does come down in price a little bit, I will be picking one up, because I do like the stock AMOLED type devices. I think they are a very attractive option. If I do get one, then most likely I will be getting one with a leather back. It does cost a little bit more to get the one with the leather back, but I think it does add a bit of premium touch to the device. And I think they're using real leather as opposed to fake leather like Samsung. So yeah, definitely going for the leather one. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please subscribe or leave a comment, and I'll be back shortly. Cheers.